and you already know what time it is. It is Bayou Classic time, okay? And I am with the Haymer family. Now, if you all don't know them, you probably saw them on social media, A House Divided. Of course, you can see right now, Grambling, just you didn't know, and Southern. And so, this is a hectic time for you all. I don't even think, how do y'all live with each other?
It's actually our favorite time of the year, because we get Thanksgiving and a rivalry all wrapped up into one weekend. So we get to be with family, although the house is divided. So it's not that bad. We have our pettiness this week.
Yeah.
But other than the pettiness, it is petty. But other than that, Thanksgiving and Bayou Classic weekend actually rivals Christmas for us.
Okay. So how is that, leading up to Bayou Classic time? I'm pretty sure you all get along, but, that weekend, it's like you said, petty.
What happens is we'll forget that it's getting near, and then all of a sudden we'll start getting memes on social media, and that will remind us, oh, it is November, and it's about that time. Any other time, I actually like Grambling. I love Grambling. I married a woman from Grambling, so I'm rooting for Grambling, except for when we get to that last Saturday in November. Last Saturday in November.
This year was a little different because I completely forgot it was the season. And I'm just going through, minding my own business in the drive-thru at McDonald's here, right around the corner. And the lady that handed me my food was like, "You gonna stop doing that man wrong?" I was like, wait, what?
That's what happens when you live in Baton Rouge.
And she was like, "You are so petty." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, give me my food." And then I was like, "Wait, I got something for you next week."
And so, the rivalry, it runs deep. Of course, I'm a Grambling alum, so I get it. A lot of people, they don't understand, the rivalry between us. So can y'all kind of explain, what that's like?
Well, the rivalry is, you have many schools that play in-state schools, so they have their football rivalry. This is a rivalry of two HBCUs that share the same culture, that share the same state, but it's more like a family-type sibling rivalry. So this isn't the neighbor that you hate type of rivalry. This is like brother and sister rivalry. They love each other, but they want to one-up each other. And you can't get any better than this rivalry because we go down, we laugh with each other. It's like one big black family reunion in New Orleans. And if you're from Grambling, Southern, Xavier, Spelman, no matter what, you're welcome. You feel good, you have your little jokes about the rivalry and the pettiness, but at the end of the day, we all love each other. We are all one.
And I tell people that all the time. It's like a big family reunion. We get along, but we will talk mess. We will talk a lot of mess. But one thing about it, don't let somebody else that didn't go to either school.
There you go.
That is true.
There you go. It's just like in the family with these two siblings, they may go at each other in the house, but outside the house, let somebody say something about them at school, at their high school, they'll shut them down. Because family first, and that's how Southern and Grambling is.
Yeah.
We're all family. We're part of the same family.
Right, but this week you all are divided, and I know you all went viral for the TikTok videos, which I love.
Right.
I love.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did that first get started?
So remember this thing? We had this thing called COVID that shut everything down. And when COVID shut everything down, the kids couldn't go to school. They couldn't play with their friends. So the kids and dad just started doing little videos in the backyard, and we discovered TikTok, and we posted them on TikTok. Got like 5 or 6 views. No big deal. We didn't care about it. But then there was an announcement the fall of 2020 that the Bayou Classic was being postponed. And my kids, they've gone to the Bayou Classic since they were babies, and they didn't know how to react to that. And one of my kids had a suggestion: why don't we do our own Bayou Classic and put it on TikTok? So in 2020 was our first posting, Bayou Classic video posting.
We went and got helmets.
Yeah, they wore little football helmets and they played like
we had a cheerleader.
I think you were Grambling that year, and your little brother was Southern that year, and she was the cheerleaders from both schools, the dancers from both schools. So it was really cute. And, a lot of people didn't view
We
it,
went to
but
the park and it was
yeah, we had a good time.
That was
So
fun.
in 2021, not counting spring in 21, I don't count that as a Bayou Classic in Shreveport. But when we came back in New Orleans in 2021, we was like, hey, let's do it again. So we did another video. And then in 22, we upped the ante, and then now you have what you have now. 5 years
I
later.
don't really remember the first video.
That first video was Lauren Hill.
I thought it was not going to be seen by anyone
Yes.
actually. Because I was not familiar with TikTok and
And
I did
Reels.
not have TikTok. I was kind of like just outside of that world. And so we did it more, I don't know, I was thinking it was just for family and friends, just for fun.
And that's how Facebook
Yeah.
used to work. Is you used to just post things for your friends on your timeline.
Right.
Now you post
Yeah.
everybody.
We're
gets
super
to
old
see.
school Facebook where it's like, oh, we have friends that will see this.
Yeah, you get 100 likes, you're like, yay, but now,
Yeah.
we post things, they're getting over 1,000 likes, and it's
Yeah.
because it's connected with so many people, it's shared with so many people, and hence the term viral.
I
But-
was very alarmed when that happened the first time, when he told me, I have something to tell you. It was like he was giving me bad news. And he was like, you went viral. And I was just like, oh no. It's not.
Like,
What is viral? What do you mean by that? Can you take it back?
And she's right, she goes viral because she represents the pettiness of the weekend. And when people see my wife's face on the screen, taking all the marshmallows out the Lucky Charms, replacing it with Grambling G's, I don't know if they can relate or they just want to do that. It's just funny. It's just real good time fun. We don't get real dark with our humor. We keep it family oriented most of the time. But it's just fun. That's why this time of the year is always fun. It's not fun working on the videos because it does take time. We do almost like a weekend shoot to do these videos. But at the end of the day, when we're able to produce 4 or 5 videos every Bayou Classic season, it's worth it. And kids look at it and they say, we're growing every year. That's like, oh, don't post that. I was really, really small when I did that. But it's very good memories for me.
Yeah, that has been, I guess, for me, the benefit of seeing them grow on screen. Whereas before it was just pictures, but like you said, since COVID, now we have all these videos of our kids with their baby voices and as they grew, and so I love that.
5.5 years ago is a long time ago.
It is. It is. And I always remember, like,
Goes by
goodness, it has been so long.
Yes. And they grow so fast, and mine, they're all just, they used to be so tiny, and now they're,
Yeah.
they're so tall.
Yes, and you got the kids involved.
Yes.
That's split. You got Southern.
Yes.
And then you have, Grambling, let's go, Tigers. So how's that been for you all, just being a part of this rivalry?
Fun.
Right.
I'm really proud of the rivalry.
Yeah, he's neutral.
Yeah, we do
Yeah.
have one Switzerland, and he doesn't want to pick
Yeah,
a
he's
side.
Well,
definitely.
he's on the winning side, because we know who's going to win this Bayou Classic.
I cheer for
I'm glad this is
I
being
cheer for
recorded.
whoever's winning.
Gotcha.
Well, like I said, you on the right team.
You're always winning.
So,
But-
so
but
technically
they-
I'm gonna lose the Bayou Classic.
My son, he enjoys the experience, being in the Superdome, seeing all the beautiful brown faces, seeing the dancers, the battle of the band, the Greek show, and they're sophomores in high school, so they're actually looking at application processes for colleges, and they're looking at the ACT and SAT right now, so it's getting real for them. So now it's no longer going to have fun, it's really like doing some investigative work. Is this the school I want to go to? Of course, he does want to be here on the bluff at the Southern University, and not so much Exit 81.
Oh, Lord.
But, it is getting real because unlike a lot of their classmates, they have a lot of experience with going to these 2 campuses and knowing the people on the campuses. And I already know on both campuses, both Southern and Grambling, the administration will roll out the red carpet for these 2 because they've done a great job promoting both schools.
Yes, and how's that been for you all? Because y'all were in high school, and y'all are getting close.
So, how's it been? It's nerve-wracking for me.
I can only
It's
imagine.
nerve-wracking for me.
No,
I know know when I was your age, I was like, yeah, I'm going to Grambling, because Grambling, that's a family school for me. So I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
Like, I had it in the back of my head, and I was looking at other schools. Then my senior year, I was like, yeah, I'm going
Yeah, I'm gonna go where there's a lot of trees and cows, so that was the decision back then.
I don't think I ever saw a cow on Grambling campus.
No.
Yeah. A lot of open land, but I've never seen a cow. I don't think I've seen any
Lots of
farm
open
animals.
land and, you know, not much smog from all the
Okay,
plant.
alright. We settled it on the field, it's okay, we settled on the field. But they both grew up in this culture, loving the bands, loving the football games, just loving everything about the culture. So it's a little different when they go experience it somewhere else. They're like always like, that's not like Southern, that's like Grambling. We've been to, my mom and dad, they attended Alcorn State University. So when we've gone to Alcorn, it's like, this isn't the same. You know, it doesn't have the same feel. And Alcorn is a great institution, so is Jackson State and all the other HBCUs in the SWAC. But they know in the SWAC, it's got to be Southern and Grambling, so they know that. So their decision would be tough in a couple of years. You know, I might be posting a TikTok where I'm crying because they made the wrong decision. But, you know, I will always support them no matter what decision they make. So it's getting real, they get nervous about it.
Is fine.
Yes.
Yeah, because you all, what are you all's classifications? Are you all sophomores or?
Yes, ma'am. We're sophomores this year. We're twins. So
Okay,
They're twins.
okay, so,
And you are,
The other,
what grade are you?
eighth.
There you go.
okay, so you're almost there.
yes.
So you still have a little bit of time to choose.
Yes.
What side are you leaning more towards?
What side are you leaning towards?
Neither.
Neither.
I think he has another school in mind.
So he's the class of 2030, and that sounds
2030.
2030. It sounds far off, but it is.
It's actually
No, it's about 4 years from now.
Yikes.
About 4 years
Oh
from
my
now,
goodness.
they graduate, and they're the class of 2028. So there was a time when somebody said class of 2028, and I was like, oh, that is so long from now. And we're almost in 26 now, so they have about 2 years.
I know.
2 years.
Nicholas actually, I think he chose his school of choice like an elementary school, so he was. Oh, what school are you interested in?
I mean, it's kind of expensive.
He said Howard, but it's kind of expensive.
Yeah.
That's
But
okay,
you know
you're
what?
smart.
It's an HBCU, and I support HBCUs.
There you go.
So you're gonna get a great experience.
Yes.
It's gonna be a different experience from Southern and Grambling, but you're gonna get a great experience.
He wants to be a bison. Okay, go ahead.
You just like, okay, you have two choices, really one choice for you.
Throw a lot of shade out there, but no, it's good that they're always thinking about it. And like I said, it's, you know, when they're talking to their friends are always asking, y'all are growing up in the culture, how is it? And it's a beautiful thing just to grow up in this HBCU culture, in this Bayou Classic type culture. So I'm proud of our parenting when it comes to that.
And how is that? Because a lot of people, they don't understand the HBCU culture. Because, you know, you have a lot of talk between, you know, PWIs and HBCUs, or my degree, my experience might be better at a PWI rather than the HBCU. But a lot of people don't understand. It's not even just about the education. It's about the whole experience. So how is that?
It's the whole experience, and just to go to a school where everybody can relate to your background, everybody is familiar with the music you like, the food that you like. Even though at Southern and Grambling, what I'm proud about those two institutions, you have people from all over the United States that attend those schools. But it's what you said, it is a culture. And sometimes when you go to other schools like PWIs, they don't have that same culture. Southern and Grambling has a personality. Some schools have no personality.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's one thing I'm proud of.
Agreed. And, you know, earlier when you were talking, I thought you were gonna say you wanna go to a place where everybody is somebody. But I feel like
Wakanda?
I feel like that is the culture where you are someone who is important and you're cared about and nurtured in a way that isn't available at every other school.
No, it's not. And they care about, you know, we learned that word once we got to our schools, matriculation. They actually care about how you matriculate through their
Oh
school.
my gosh.
So they're not gonna just let you fall to the
You're not
wayside
just
and not try to lift you up, and that means a lot. And I know a lot of students in the 2000s and into the teens, they started coming back to HBCUs because they realized, you know, that was an experience that they didn't have. You know, once Black Lives Matter started, like in 2010, 2011 or so, it kind of changed the course where people started attending HBCUs again, and the enrollments, both Southern and Grambling shot up because of that. So that's something that I'm proud of too as well. See, we grew up in a different world. So a different world, you know, every Thursday night at 7:30 after the Cosby Show, it taught us the culture. It made you want to go to an
And
HBCU.
our professors were very similar to what you would expect. Like they were just so poised and educated and expected so much from you.
And proper.
Very much, my goodness.
Yes,
And they would, you know, give us the right sort of correction early on. So they would set very high expectations. And I think that was really important. Especially coming in as a young person. I started college at 17. And so back then, there were, I don't know if they still have those rules because I was under 18.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I had other things. I had special, like, I had rules for myself, but they were very strict about how I moved around campus, and it was.
They were protective of their
They
students.
were very, very protective.
You know, there's so many, you know, in black families, in black culture, you're gonna have a lot of aunties and uncles that aren't really your blood aunties and uncles, but they're gonna look out for you like your family. And that's how I felt about Southern University. It's a bunch of aunties and uncles that looked out for you, didn't want you to embarrass yourself or embarrass your family. So I'm proud. And one thing I always worry about, I'm like, I'm hoping these videos, they're not like, hey son, you're embarrassing us with these videos. So that's why we try to keep it nice and very proper for those old professors, so they won't look back and say that Niles Haymer, he done went out there and put that video out there.
Showing out.
Showing out. He know he should be better than that.
And so one thing that I pride myself on, just going to a HBCU, is that, you know, that was the only time that I would be around people that looked like myself. Like just those 4 or 5 years of being at a university where people that look like me and have those same experiences, but we all come from different backgrounds, like you were saying.
Right.
We're all come from different backgrounds. The people, they might just look at it from the outside, like, well, y'all are all the same, y'all are all black. But we're all different, and that's what makes it, what we say, you know, a melting pot.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
So my freshman year, I had a suite mate of 8 students, including me. One was from California, one was from Colorado, I had one from Chicago. Of course, we had Louisiana and Mississippi, and we were kind of butting heads at first because the California kid was like, I don't want to eat whatever this etouffee thing is. You know, the Chicago kid just thought he was better than everybody in the suite.
Because he from Chicago.
Because he from Chicago. But
You
by
the South.
yeah, you're on the South, and by the end of that school year, we were inseparable. And we knew each other so well that to this day I can pick up the phone and call them, and they'll lay out the red carpet if I come through their town, because we were able to bond. And yes, we were all black, and these schools are very diverse. It's just not African Americans. It's people of African descent. It's Latinos. It's white people. These schools are very diverse. The law school, Southern University has a law school. Our law school was deemed the most diverse law school in the nation at one time.
Oh, wow.
So our schools are diverse, but black culture is uplifted and not swept under the rug. And that's the thing about it. You cannot manufacture the culture of these schools anywhere else. You have to be there. And our human jukebox often says, often imitated, but never duplicated. You cannot duplicate this culture. And some people try to in their own little ecosystems, but this is a culture that cannot be duplicated. You have to experience it.
And one thing I also love is when you attend a HBCU, you get this sense of pride of being black. Like everything I do, even with my career, I put my community first because I am unapologetically black. And I always say that to everyone because they're like, okay, you just being yourself. But no, Grambling has taught me to be successful and to be black at the same time. Because you can be both. You can be yourself and still be successful in a corporate world. So how is that for you all, you know, being at Southern and Grambling and passing that on to y'all's children?
You know, I do agree, like with your assessment, because you shouldn't even like deny yourself or your existence, and so it does reinforce that you should be proud of who you are, proud of your culture, and represent yourself well. And so, like for me, it felt pretty natural. It wasn't something unusual to come into that space and to learn more about my people. I felt.
But you went from a majority
Oh
white
yes,
high
I
school.
did. I was
Yes.
literally one of very few.
Same with me. I wouldn't say a
Yes.
few, we were about 25, 30% of the high school. Yes, but
I had like maybe three,
but our
four.
culture was suppressed, you know?
Oh yes.
You know, when you go to
certainly.
the prom, it wouldn't be,
Oh,
you know,
no.
Montel Jordan, this is how we do it playing. It would be, you
Like
know,
NSYNC.
somebody
I grew up
else.
in
In
West
sync or
Texas,
somebody.
so
In sync
it
might be
was
before
a
my
lot
time.
different.
Kids on the block,
You're
kids on
right,
the block or
you're right.
somebody. But it's the acceptance of who you are, your culture, your love for music and arts, and you didn't have to kind of try to be something you weren't. You know, you could be yourself at these institutions and rise to the top. So that's one thing I've always told my children is that, you know, I don't mind if they go to PWIs. There's some very good institutions out there where you get a good education, a very good job. But if you want the experience that you cannot manufacture, that you won't be able to get anywhere else, an HBCU, any HBCU, will open those doors to you and you will have that great experience. So I think they know that. I think they know that. I preach that all the time, so it's something they understand.
It's hard to explain, but there's a comfort level there where you don't have to overperform or underperform your blackness in any way. You can just be and exist and learn who you are as a person, as a young person, without that pressure, that added pressure that sometimes happens when, you know, when you're othered wherever you go. And we're often othered in other spaces where we have to adjust who we are, what we say according to who's in the room or the politics. And I think it's important for you as a young person to like get to know who you are without that pressure.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what, to me, a HBCU represents.
And so do you think with the content that you all are putting out, do you think that the audience has that same feel from viewing it?
Yes, you know, the content that we put out, I mean, we rarely use today's songs
Right,
in
we're
our,
so like.
in our content. You know, we
we're
just
using
did
the
one, 80s, we did one with Don't Be Cruel, Bobby Brown. I mean, Bobby Brown hadn't been on the top in 30-something years, but there's people that can relate to that. We used Karen White's Superwoman one year.
Love,
You know, Patti LaBelle and Michael McDonald on our own. That's like way before your time. Yeah, you're like, ooh.
I still know a little bit.
Right.
But it's something that people can relate to because either they were in school, because I was in grade school when all those songs were hits, but either they were at Grambling or Southern when those songs were on the top. And every now and then we used Glorilla one time, and I heard Glorilla is going to be doing halftime for Grambling, and Juvenile is doing halftime for Southern. But, you know, we'll use today's songs
Like
sometimes.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki
One
Minaj.
time. Yes.
Oh yeah,
The
Barbie.
song.
Yeah, we do Nicki Minaj sometimes. So yeah, we the music I feel is what brings people into it because we try to do it old school. Back in the day, you used to actually shoot a video for a song. And you would go home and watch those videos right after school, music videos. So when I do these TikTok and these reels,
There's like no
Yeah.
music videos.
I do the reels and TikToks in the form of a music video. As you would notice, this is probably some of the few times people can actually hear our voices because I let the music tell the story. It's like a silent movie, and the music tells the story. When we're doing Superwoman, and she says, you know, your toast is lightly done, your eggs are over easy, and you show the eggs being raw and the toast being burnt. I don't have to say a word. It is hilarious because the music and the lyrics are telling the story of the pettiness that we go through doing Bayou Classic. So I would say that we're not as creative as other content creators because they actually go out and create like skits. Our skits are driven by the music, and the music tells the story. So I feel like it's easy. Don't be cruel was easy. It was an easy
It
thing
felt
to
pretty
do.
natural.
Yeah, it was easy. Just get in and just do whatever.
Just your
You know,
normal
music tells you to
family
do.
dynamics as well, and you play that up, but you know.
Yes, yes. So it's a good experience. We love doing the videos. Afterwards, you know, we spend like a whole weekend doing them. Afterwards, it's a process. Afterwards, we're tired. Then Dad has to go edit, and they all like, Dad, let's see it, let's see it. It takes me a week or two. So people think we get to Bayou Classic, we can just say, hey, let's shoot videos. It's like around Halloween we shoot all this
Oh,
stuff.
so y'all start early.
Every year around Halloween, because I take my time to edit and look through and make sure. This year we shot around Halloween, and we had to go back and reshoot because my petty wife said, well, y'all are 1 in 10. So we got to put something in there about the football record.
But I was a little nervous. I was like, I don't want to go too hard.
I mean,
and
it's,
then I was like, I have to.
I mean,
Because it is their record, right?
Have y'all won the game yet?
yes, we won a game. One game, a game, a single game. But
So not plural.
after Saturday, we would double
Okay.
our win total.
Oh, wow.
Guaranteed.
So we're just gonna look into the camera and we're just gonna say that that is a ball-faced lie. Okay?
Agreed.
I hope.
Keep on hanging on the hope.
Nicholas,
But yeah, I find this weekend to be so exciting for me as well. I remember when I went to my first Bayou Classic, I didn't know what to expect. I was like, oh, it's just gonna be, you know, a football game, you know,
Right.
Southern and Grambling, you know, put on my little outfit and look cute. And I'm like, hold on, wait, it's a little bit more to this because I started working with the mass communication department. And so I actually got the behind the scene experience. I'm like, oh, well, dang, this is different because you have the concert that's in a championship.
Right.
Yeah, and I was like, okay,
So,
like it's a lot.
I'm gonna date myself with this, but this is, I'm gonna tell you, my first Bayou Classic as a student at Southern was in 1996.
Okay.
And back in those days, I gotta say that because Hurricane Katrina came through and changed the dynamics of the Superdome. There used to be a mall connected to Hyatt Hotel that connected you directly to the Superdome, which is now Championship Square, but there used to be a little mall right there. And in that mall area, we used to go through there and shop a little bit and then go to the Miss Bayou Classic pageant. We used to
Miss
have a-
Bayou Classic
Yes.
pageant.
Yes.
So my wife and I, we hadn't met, we didn't meet until 2003. But my wife and I attended the same event. We didn't know I didn't know her, she didn't know me, but it was the 25th anniversary. Keep in mind, we just celebrated the 50th anniversary a couple of years ago. But it was the 25th anniversary of the Bayou Classic, the silver anniversary. And they had this big Miss Bayou Classic pageant. And I think that was the first year they decided they were gonna have 2 Miss Bayou Classic. Because they usually choose one. It's students from both schools, but they chose one from Southern and one from Grambling. Each school has their own ball. Each school has their own alumni function. Usually Grambling is at the Hilton Riverside, Southern is at the Hyatt, close to the Superdome, so they don't have the ball. It's royalty, I tell you. But it is more than just a football game. It is more than just a Battle of the Bands and Greek show. It is just a very festive weekend of events. There's more events now than we had back in the late 90s. Starting with the Thanksgiving Day Parade, and then you move on to all the events that are gonna happen on that Friday morning, leading all the way to the Battle of the Bands. And while the Battle of the Bands is going on, each school alumni association is gonna have their own ball. So it's really humongous. And I love when I see people from other schools, whether it be PWIs or other HBCUs, or just people that are visiting New Orleans, like, man, this is a great event. It is really, really good. And hopefully the weather will be decent this year, so we can really enjoy all the festivities.
Hey, and you all are Bayou Classic influencers this year.
Yes,
So-
officially.
So how was that experience?
So they reached out to me this year because, as you can see, I said 1996 I was a student, so I dated myself. So I'm Gen X. I'm Gen X, you know, and I'm on the cusp of millennial because I'm late Gen X and really borderline millennial. But we relate to we have a lot of followers that are Gen X and millennials, and a lot of boomers. Some boomers follow us.
Yes.
And I think the people at the Bayou Classic and Procter & Gamble, they wanted to make sure they just weren't reaching current students or recently graduated students, that they were reaching the whole alumni base. So that's why they kind of reached out to us. So we became official. That's why we've been dropping these videos every other day since the beginning of the week.
Okay. So what can we expect from, this weekend from you all?
Oh my gosh. I think we kind of upped the ante on the shenanigans, and I think the last one is it's wild.
Yeah, we got one more video.
It's
that
a
we're
bit.
gonna- on Thanksgiving Day.
We went all in on that one.
Thanksgiving Day, and then we're gonna be going live for most events. So that
Okay.
we're gonna turn into that type of content creator. We're gonna move away from the scripted content to the live content. Like, look what I'm doing today, a day in the life of the House Divided
I think
family.
that's new for us.
Yes, that's
something
new.
coming from the younger generation.
Yes, that's new. It's like, hey, look, I woke up this morning and I'm
We
eating
didn't
the
let the
egg.
kids do that one.
I'm eating the egg or whatever the live
Yeah, I
content
don't know.
creators do. But we will be going live from the Thanksgiving Day parade, Battle of Bands and Greek show, and the actual football game. So, follow us. It's @ByKids on TikTok, and it's Niles Haymer on Facebook and Instagram. And on Instagram is This Journey With Me
Oh, right.
on Instagram. Yeah.
And we also have a Substack I'm excited about.
Nice.
At Niles Haymer.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means.
Are you laughing at me? Did I not say it right?
No, you said it right.
Okay.
You said it right.
Thanks. I'm excited about it.
I don't know what it means.
Yeah, so I'm excited to, view this content with you all and just, I'm also looking forward to next year.
Yes. We
I'm
will
looking
be
forward
back
to
next
this year
year.
and next year.
We will be back next year. We will, unless Southern gets kicked out of the SWAC because of our record, we will be back.
Oh.
We will be
Yes,
back.
but thank you all for, just joining me and to talk more about, the Bayou Classic experience and just you all just, creating these great videos for families to watch, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of families that can relate. Whether it's just a
Definitely.
Grambling household or a Southern household or it's
Right.
a household similar to you all.
Yeah,
The
your
Bayou.
family. Yeah.
We
with
get a lot
family
of
members,
love from all over the
Their
country.
kids are at Southern or Grambling.
Yes.
Jackson State versus Alcorn, they send us love. It's love
Yes,
from all
yes.
over. So just not HBCUs, a little
Right.
PWIs mixed in there.
Like
I
Howard,
understand.
Hampton love.
Yeah.
All of it. We get a
all of
lot
it.
of comments and
All of it.
support.
And I know it's great just to see that you all are, creating something beautiful and putting it out there for the world. Because there's a lot of negativity going on.
Yes.
But to just have that, especially this weekend, it's like, okay, we know the Haymers, they gonna put some videos together.
We're gonna do
Let
it.
me see what they got going on.
We'll be popping up in your timeline. You get tired of it. Just like
Right,
it,
just-
leave a comment, leave some hearts, and then
And share it.
and
Yes.
share. We
Share.
love when you share. We really do love when you share. Share our video.
Well, once again, thank you so much for just talking about, this Bayou Classic experience. And I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah.
To us winning. I'm looking forward to us winning this weekend.
Upset special. Upset
All right. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. And, always stay tuned with the girl, the broadcast baby. All right. See you later.
That's you.